Hello, happy Thursday morning, beautiful sunny day, quite cold. We're actually having fun on the street outside, as if you follow me on Facebook you may have seen a little video. We've got the gasmen, I think it is, that are digging up the street. And bear in mind I've got a very narrow street and hardly anybody has driveways, so the cars are all parked on the street, which means it's difficult. It's difficult for anybody driving anything large. I've got hiccups. Anything larger than a small car to get up the street. So there was a big wagon trying to get up this morning, so there was a lot of arguing and whose car does this belong to and can you move it and all this jazz. And there's still one unidentified car still stuck outside my front door. I've got no idea whose car it is. And fortunately when I filmed the videos I didn't go outside, so you can't hear the arguing. Anyway, what have I come on to show you? Well, a couple of things really. I did get, courtesy of eBay, second hand, one of these books. It's called Big and Little Crochet, Creative Projects, and it's number 4. I've got, I think, 2 more on the way. I buy them very cheap. Obviously people buy them and don't use them and then decide to get rid of them. The one on the front cover is the Colour Pop scarf, which is quite nice. Quite nice and bright. And then we've got the striped scrap rug. I don't know about you, but I've never made a rug, so that would be a new venture for me. Possibly never. I trip over anything. So I don't think that having a loose rug on my floor would be a good idea. We've got colourful bunting. That's a good idea for putting on my decking when I get round to it. I think I told you I've decided to put the idea kind of in sleeping position until the nicer weather comes, because I haven't got enough flowers to start with, and my son's going to come and clean and paint the decking, so I don't think he'd be too amused if I decorated it all up with the flowers before he arrived. So probably be spring now when I do them. So you've still got plenty of time if you want to make me any flowers. There's a nice flower wreath. I'm not hinting really, you know, but it is my birthday at the end of next month. So to get a little letter through the post with a flower in it would be lovely. It shouldn't be too expensive to post if it's just a single flower. I'm not asking for a lot. Single flower will be fine. I will consider that to be a wonderful birthday present. That's a colourful multi-throw. The theme is like circles and squares, isn't it? I quite like doing circles but finish up in squares, yeah. Makes a different look, doesn't it, than just doing granny squares. That's a Mexican round cushion. What else have we got? Oh, that's one that Sue would like, hanging plant holders. She's sort of into this macrame. She did me, well you can't see it, but she did me a macrame hanging plant for my birthday last year. And this one is a neon bright sweater. So I think that's it, yeah. Considering I only paid about £1 for the book, I think it's quite good. I mean, there's lots of patterns that I see, and I'm not averse to paying for a pattern when somebody spent time designing it. But I sort of am averse to paying about $8 for a pattern, yeah. It's kind of a lot of money for me. Especially if it's something I may only use once. So, yeah. But I know that designers deserve to be paid, yeah they do. But if they'd keep their prices just a little lower, they would sell more patterns, I think. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I have finished off the cocoon that I was making on Saturday Live, but I can't really show it you because my mannequin is missing. It's down at Kelly's. So I have to just hold it up and hope you can see what it is. It's a cocoon jacket. You know, that's the armholes. And it'll be nice when it's on view. It's made with some yarn by Hobium. I got told by one of my subscribers that it's actually supposed to be Aran, but it's very, very lofty for an Aran. I mean, I've crocheted it up on quite a big hook. It's crocheted up more, actually like a chunky. Yeah, and I had a little bit of yarn left over, so there will be a little matching hat thrown in with a cocoon. It's quite a flopsy hat. It's because the nature of the yarn is flopsy, really. But you know, it's wearable and it's a nice hat. Wouldn't say it's the warmest of hats because it's open work, but it's a matching hat, isn't it, to make the ensemble. Right, this is what I've come on mostly to show you. I went on Lolli's. If you're in the UK, Lolli's Lil, L-I-L I think it is, Lil Wool Shack is a great place to look for yarn. But sadly, she doesn't post anywhere abroad as far as I'm aware. So sadly, anybody in the US, no dice. But you have got a million other places to go and look for yarn, which we don't have. So I think it's only fair we keep something to ourselves. Right, she had on sale this beautiful textured yarn. I've been asked many times, how do I crochet with texture yarn? The answer is usually I don't crochet into the stitch. I crochet into the gap, you know, between the stitches. If I'm doing a treble, which is your double crochet, I go in between the stitch rather than try to find the stitch, because when you're doing anything so knobbly bobbly like this is, it's a little hard to go into the actual stitch. But I just like the colours of this one. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's quite sunny outside, so it may be blowing the colours out. I'm not sure what weight it is. It just says it's 100 grams, 100% synthetic. It doesn't give you any idea about yardage. We don't seem to go big for that in the UK. And it doesn't give you any ideas as to what hook or needle you should be using. It's just a fancy yarn, basically. And I'll just have to fiddle about with it to find out what thickness it is. I probably won't use it as it is all in one. Same way I won't use the ice yarns all in one. I did start a cowl last night in one of the ice yarns, but it was really thick and stiff. It was beautiful yarn, but Collie and I did a discussion. Got put my teeth in. Had a discussion this morning. We decided it would probably be better as a bag. So I've got two lovely colours in that. I've got black and white and a rainbowy colour. Fortunately, I didn't buy a whole lot of that yarn because it would make a nice, really firm bag, but no good for a scarf and a hat. Same with this. This will probably appear in stripes along with other things in a cowl or a shawl or a scarf and hat, whatever. That's what I'm deciding to do next. Right, what I really ordered was this beautiful, beautiful sparkling, I don't know if you can see the sparkle in it, sparkle eyelash yarn. This is absolutely fantastic for trim, you know, trim on something. Again, you wouldn't make a whole garment with it, although I did make my great niece a little cardigan when she was into being a princess or something last year, and she absolutely loved it. So, but I've only got two of each of these, I think. I think I've got two or maybe three of each of these. So they will be appearing inside cowls and that. And the same thing goes for this. You can't crochet eyelash yarn. You can't find the stitches. you'd have to crochet in the gaps, yeah. So I've got lemon and I've got white, and what other colour did I order? Another white one. Oh, a lovely lilac shade. They call it purple actually, but it's lilac to me. Beautiful purple. That'll go in lovely with some whites and purples and everything to make a hat and scarf or hat and cowl set. And I've also got some black, because black is always handy to have in. I've just sewed a beautiful stole that was done all in blacks and greys and mixtures and whites, and it had some black eyelash in it. But I was running out of eyelash. I need to go up into the craft room. Yeah, and there they all are. And the white. Those are the 4 colours I ordered. Oh, it's blowing out. Blowing out the colours. Blowing out the lemon. You can see it better there. Yeah, it's blowing out the colours. It's not that bright actually outside, but it is blowing out the colours. And it is, like I said, this will only be purely for bits of decoration. I mean, if I was doing a Santa hat, I could put that around the edge of the Santa hat, couldn't I? Yeah, and it's not too scratchy either. I mean, they're not exactly colours, you know, things I would want right next to my face, but to add them into other things would be great. Yeah. So that's what I ordered, and that's what I'm doing. I have been chatting to Kelly this morning. We do our usual chat. Like first thing, you know, how is your day going? What are you going to do? What are you going to plan to do for the day? She's actually teaching some kiddies to crochet this morning. 2 little kiddies that are part of her extended family. She's doing that today. Her own 2 boys can crochet of a sort. The elder one can do it better than the younger one. The younger one just makes loads and loads of chains. But it's a start, isn't it? I'm all for encouraging young ones to start early doing something. If they show an interest in what you're doing, show them how to do it. They may not progress, they may get bored with it after a day, but who knows, you could have the making of little crocheters all around the world, all starting to make things. I'm always amazed when I see on, you know, the Facebook pages and that, of kiddies who are about sort of 10 years of age, making hats and scarf sets and things. I mean, Jonah's a big inspiration, isn't he, for all the younger ones? I mean, he's an exception to the rule, isn't he? He can crochet like the wind, but most kiddies can do a passable square or something like that, or even manage a hat or something. You know, or even a little bag of some description. As long as they make something, I think they've got a real good pride in what they're making, haven't they? Yeah. I mean, I must admit yesterday my crojo hit a bit of a slump, because when I'd started these 2 cowls and they weren't what I had in my head, you know. And I'm thinking, no, it's just not what I'm thinking, so I just unravel both of them. Gigi is growling at somebody, probably a workman in the street. Oh yes, he's having a real good growl. Well, I am not expecting any more yarn. My craft room says thank you very much for not adding any more yarn to it, and please get on with making something with what you've got upstairs, which I plan to do this afternoon. I can reach 1 box, I think, of the multicoloured. I put the ice multicoloured, multi-textured things away for the summer because they lend themselves more to shawls and to, you know, to hats and scarves, which is that kind of weather. Kelly is still having her 10% off on our Lancashire crafty lasses. When I say Kelly is, she's the one who's doing the admin today at the moment. So she's having a 10% off sale. So please go and take a look. I'll put a link in the below, so you can take a link. It's 10% for Friday, I think she's taking off as an introductory sale. So if you're interested in anything, now is the time to take a look. Oh. Gigi is taking offence to somebody on the street. He hasn't come to get me, so it's not a parcel or a postman. It's probably somebody walking past quite innocently with their dog, which he thinks shouldn't be walking past our street at all. Yeah. Gigi! What's the matter? He's still upset about something. He doesn't like the men walking past in their high-vis jackets and their helmets. Yeah. He really, really doesn't like that at all. Oh yes, he's really getting his hair off now. So I'm going to go now and wash dishes. And for those of you who like to see what I'm wearing, it's a lovely wooden necklace. And I'm also wearing a velvet jacket that has sort of squares all over it, different fabrics and that. As you know, I love my velvet. Yeah. I would have my whole wardrobe in velvet, except that Gigi tends to leave his hair all. Oh dear, will you listen to him? I'll go in there now and he will shut up and I won't know what he was barking at. He's going a bit less. Before he was going a little bit less. Now he's winding down. Can you hear? Winding down. That's his final volley at the end. Now he's finally stopped. So I will never know what he was barking at. As I said, I'm not expecting... Oh, I am, tell a lie, I am expecting something. I'm expecting a couple more of those books like I showed you at the beginning. Because somebody on eBay must be selling the collection. So I bought another 2. So I've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. I think there must be about 10 or 12 of them. But some of them are asking silly prices for them. Some of them are asking like about £5 for one of them, whereas other people are only asking £1. So I've bypassed the ones who are asking £5 for them because they're not worth that much to me. It's just interesting to get, you know, books with different ideas in, isn't it? Yeah. So I won't be going to Kelly's this week because it's children are off on holiday, and also my money for this week, my taxi money for this week, will be spent on the gardener coming on Monday. You know what it's like, people. You have to budget. Anybody in this world who doesn't have to budget must be rich, that's all I can say. Because we all have to sort of balance up what we're going to buy. We're buying yarn this week when we have to cut a corner and not buy something else that week, you know. With me, I had a very, very good food stash in the freezer. So like, not this week, the last week before that, I decided not to buy any food in because I had plenty. So that meant I could do my yarn order because they were all sale items, so none of them were expensive. And that's the way we have to do, isn't it, people? If you're one of those kind of people who doesn't have to budget, I take my hat off to you. You must be in a wonderful place in your life. It's funny how we take things for granted. When I was working, and I did have not a lot of money, you never do when you're not in a very good paid job, but you had a bit of extra pin money that you know you could spend. You could go and get a skirt or a dress or a pair of shoes and not have to think about it, you know. But now I'm a retired lady, you know, you have to think about everything. And sadly I still have the same mentality that I think, oh, that's nice, I'd like to get that. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah. Oh, that yarn's lovely, I'd rather have that. Oh, there's a sale on. You know, I've got this sort of butterfly brain that goes, whoa, sparkly, shiny, woo-hee. But that does mean like you have to give up certain things during the week. Fortunately, it's getting near the time where the gardener stops coming because she doesn't come over the winter months. So that'll be one less thing I have to find every fortnight. But that does mean that something else will come to the forefront and I'll have to pay something extra for something else, you know. Like the gas bill will go up or something like that. But don't forget, I'm getting £4 a week extra next April, so I'm going to go wild with that. Might even go wild and buy a coffee, you know. So I suppose it's better than nothing. But it just doesn't keep a pace, you know, with the rising cost of living. I know it's the same all over the world. I'm not moaning because it's just the Britain, but you know, I think everywhere people's pensions and benefit monies are not going up a pace with the cost of food and utility bills and things. But still, I have a roof over my head, so I shouldn't moan. Yeah. Oh, another thing, I did go to my pain clinic yesterday. He did say I had a remarkably good attitude to me being in constant pain, and that he didn't think I needed any psychiatric evaluation as to how I deal with pain. That I'd more or less accepted my lot, and yes, I do have days where it's why me? Why am I in such pain today? Yeah, we all have those days, don't we? But he said I had a very good attitude towards it. And he's going to recommend that I go to see some specialist that does something about some kind of sonic blocking of the nerves. As you know, they've stopped doing the epidurals to stop the pain. And he was basically a physiotherapist, and he said there could be some exercises that I could do to strengthen my core strength, which I sort of give him a little bit of a sideways look, because exercises bring on pain, and pain is not something I want to bring on. And he also said that he may refer me to somebody to see about extra medication, which at the moment I'm not taking. Yes, I know, I'm a martyr. I'm trying my best not to take painkillers because of the effects they have on you. You can get addicted to them, and you can also get a bad stomach through taking too many of them. So not having painkillers involves a lot of crocheting and sitting down and lying down and Lord help the house, you know. But I cope the best way I can. So if any of you've got any better ideas on how to cope with constant pain, please let me know. As I don't really want to go down the lines of popping pills every minute of the day, and I've never tried illicit drugs like marijuana and things like that, which people have suggested in the past. And I've tried the CBD oil, the one that hasn't got the high bits in it, and it didn't do a thing. It was just like horrible tasting stuff that didn't do anything for me. I've tried the CBD tea, but that didn't do anything. I've tried all kinds of things. So I think I'm just going to have to keep smiling and not let anybody know that I'm having a painful day, which I'm not today, by the way, actually, because I've not done anything yet. So I'm going to wash the dishes, so that'll bring on the pain. But I'm not feeling sorry for myself, so please don't think I am. This is not a whinge and whine kind of video, because I don't believe in that. If I have any whinges, I tend to keep them to myself, except on odd occasions when I share them with you. And on that note, I am going to now go and wash some dishes, which I didn't do yesterday. Okay, hold my hand up. Yesterday was not a good day. Didn't do the dishes. So I'm going to do them now. You'll see what Gigi was barking at. But they've probably been long gone now. So it's bye from me from a lovely autumnal day. Bit cold, but quite nice and bright. So I hope you're all having a nice day. Happy crocheting, knitting, crafting, whatever it is you do. So bye from Jan. And I will put the link to Lancashire Crafty Lasses underneath. Please take a look because there is a 10% sale off tomorrow. Okay, bye for now.